What is it? What do you mean?
The idea was that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I didn't know that you put a name on. It's not a name. It's not whatever. It's somebody got shot by police and for a reason. I am a young, black, rich. If that don't let you know that America understands Black matter these days, I don't know what it is. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matter, especially to my.
Do you separate yourself from it?
I don't feel connected to a damn thing that ain't got nothing to do with me. If you do, you crazy as you. Connected to this flag right. As I'm connected, I'm a gangbanger, man. I'm connected.
He ended our interview angrily.
Politician.
Lil Wayne is in the business of making music.
Yo, it's all about Hayes Money Radio. Yo, man, what's going on? This is your boy Hayes Money. This is Hayes Money Radio. It's still Talented Minds podcast, Talented Minds over everything, you know what I'm saying? That's the fam, that's the brethren, you know, and it's the conglomerate, it's all of that, you know what I mean? Sorry we've been away for such a long time, man. I really, truly apologize. If you're wondering where my comrade Alpo is, man, he really, he went through a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? He messed up his ankle and everything like that, you know, so, and he's just really just busy and, you know what I'm saying? So he might be overwhelmed with things, but whenever bro can get in here and we can record together and shit, then it'll be like that. But until then, man, I got to carry the flag on and keep on moving and progressing because I miss talking to you people out there, man. What do you mean, you people? I mean, you people, my brothers and sisters, no matter what religion, race, creed, you know, it is what it is, man. So I hope everybody's doing well. I know that y'all missed me just like I missed y'all. And we finna continue to get this rocking. If you've been paying attention for the last couple of weeks, perhaps, you may be seeing me on Instagram and on YouTube. I've been putting up live videos, just trying to talk to y'all, talk to the people, get feedback. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you need to follow Hayes Money Escobar. That's HAZEMUNNY _ Escobar, ESCOBAR. Okay. And then follow TM Nation page on YouTube. Follow TM Nation on SoundCloud. We everywhere. You can follow Talented Minds Podcast on Instagram, TM Nation on Instagram, Hayes Money Escobar, and it is what it is, you know. So without further ado, man, I hope everybody's doing well out there. It's been a long time. Like I said, you can be looking forward to me doing more videos, more live. I might keep the podcast on audio. I'm not sure yet. I really haven't decided, but you'll start seeing more live videos coming from me, you know what I'm saying, as far as camera work goes on Instagram. So, man, tune in, follow us, support us. We are on Spotify, and you can also donate to the cause too. So even if you donate 99 cents a month to the cause, man, it'll be greatly appreciated. We love y'all, and we'll be giving back to y'all as well, you know what I'm saying? So new music coming soon. Andy English just dropped the Long Story Short video, so y'all go check that out on YouTube and everything like that. Supreme Stunting is still out and it's doing this number, so look for Supreme Stunting on Tidal, SoundCloud, Apple Music, anywhere you stream and stuff. So, you know, I think we're all happy and excited that we got to hear Lil Wayne again. You know, Carter 5, man, has been on such a delay for so long, and it felt good to hear Lil Wayne back in his bag. And honestly, I feel like this is probably the best we've heard him in a long time, outside of the dedications and everything like that. As far as an album goes, it doesn't seem like he was just spewing bullshit or saying whack shit. It seemed like he really took his time and he cared about what he was saying. His storytelling is impeccable, and I think a lot of people get lost in the fact that we all tend to forget that Lil Wayne is an actual MC. He's an actual lyricist. He's a rapper. So, of course, with him being from the South, he's not going to just give you just like bounces, you know what I'm saying? In which I love Lil Wayne for his bounce music, and I think that was something that I wish he would have had more on this album. I wish he would have had more bounce shit. I wish he would have been more Manny Fresh, you know what I'm saying? Just to take it back to its roots, you know what I'm saying? Overall, the album was a good project. Out of 10, I can't give it a perfect score, though. I don't want to say that it's a 10 out of 10, and nor do I think it's the album of the year thus far. I think it's up there with album of the year. But it's just been so much dope music that's dropped this year, man, that, it's hard to really pinpoint what may be album of the year, because I look at Pusha T's Daytona like that could be album of the year, and that's just 7 songs. I don't think Ye is album of the year, even though I feel like it's a good project. It's just something that I feel like if you come back to it years from now, then you'll understand it more. I think we see a lot of projects like that. Those are projects that kind of happen in this year. It's like, I feel like A$AP Rocky, his album was a good album, but I think people aren't going to get used to it till a couple years from now because he tested new sounds. And speaking of testing new sounds, I'll get to that in a little bit. But back to the Carter 5. Carter 5, I think it's a great album. You can hear that some of those songs were old, some of those songs were dated. So if you have an ear and you can listen to stuff like that, if you pay attention to music, or even if you make music, then you'll understand how you don't want your sound to be dated, where it's just beats or maybe subject matter or maybe vocal tone or any of that shit. Sometimes you can hear that, oh shit, this shit was supposed to came out years ago and the nigga saved it for now. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was a few songs on there that was like that. I think the overall cohesiveness of the album could have been a little bit better too. But overall, it's still a good project. Like I said, I give it a 7.5 out of 10 because I feel like it didn't need 23 songs. It would have been perfect if it was 15, 16, probably. You know what I'm saying? Because he had back-to-back slow tracks, like, there's the middle of the CD is like back-to-back kind of slowish ballads where they're good songs. I'm not saying that they're bad songs. They're very good songs, but I don't think that they had to be on this album. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to be on this project. And this is just all my opinion and my assessment. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I still feel like it's a good project, and especially for you to come back, you come out swinging. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, but I feel like I wish he would have came out swinging with harder, like, bouncy type tunes. I think he focused a lot on his lyricism, and I think you don't have to prove that point to us because we've been here waiting for you this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what you were going to do, we were going to love it anyway because we haven't heard you in a long time. And I think that's why a lot of people can't give him the fair criticism for this album enough, because we haven't heard him in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I think once you get past that of just being a fan and getting past we haven't heard him in a while, getting past the whole shit, the debacle with Birdman and stuff like that, and now the album hasn't been out a full week. I think now once we get into a full week or 2 weeks, a month, then I think everybody will be able to give it the right proper assessment that you can give it. And I think that overall it's still a good project, but it's not the greatest shit that I've heard. But in my opinion, I feel like it's most definitely better than Carter 4 to me. I would even argue that it's somewhat kind of better than Carter 3. I think Carter 3 was more so just like a big moment for him. It's a very great album, but it was a moment because you got to look at it like this. Carter 1, Carter 2, diehard Lil Wayne fans were fucking with Lil Wayne. The popular, like, he wasn't like a pop artist at the time. He wasn't that popular. He was on his rise to popularity. So by the time he kept coming with the droughts and the dedications and everything like that, and he's featured on everything, so everybody was able to get to hear him. And so it's like, by now, shit, nigga, if everybody hearing me, then it's like, shit, I could lightweight just say whatever the fuck I want to do on the track, because I ain't even got to try hard. And I think at that time, people were really mind blown by some of the, even when he would be saying bullshit, people were mind blown by it, because it was like, it was more so like popular opinion to be fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, people who don't know about Lights Out or The Block Is Hot or 500 Degrees, and you don't know about Young and Blues, you don't know about Loud Pipes, you don't know about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, nigga, you gonna be like, shit, nigga, I'm fucking with him now because he's the wave. And that's what you see from a lot of people. A lot of people fuck with waves. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, who's like a wave, all right? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who? But, people fuck with people in waves, though. Like, if you're a popular artist, like, it's like, okay, look at Lil Uzi Vert right now. A lot of people wasn't fucking with Lil Uzi when he was on doing Love Is Rage, or when Lil Uzi was, like, more lyrical than he was. Or you see a Lil Skies, like, Lil Skies used to be more lyrical than he is now, where it's like, yeah, he's still rapping, he got bars, but he cared more about making a hit. You know what I'm saying? Or more about his vibe. But people fuck with him now because he's the wave, versus you wasn't fucking with him when he was on this type of level. And that's what I mean with when Wayne came with Carter 3, he was the wave. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it doesn't mean that the Carter 3 was a bad album. It's a very good album. But how I assess classics is I shouldn't have to skip a motherfucking song on a classic album. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Reasonable Doubt, I don't skip a song on Reasonable Doubt. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Illmatic, or even It Was Written, or Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music, like, you know what I'm saying? Certain albums are such classics and classics to the culture that I don't have to skip a song. You know what I'm saying? So if I gotta skip a song, then to me, you have a good album. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you could have done without certain shit. When it comes to Carter 3, you could do without Lollipop. Another song I don't care for on Carter 3 is Phone Home. Like I said, on Carter 5, it's certain songs where it's like, yeah, they're good songs, but they could be for something else. They could be songs that could have been leaked. They could be songs that could be mixtape songs. But when it comes to this album, you know what I'm saying? Make this album as great as possible and take away some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody doesn't have to like the same thing, which kind of brings me into my next topic of, like, once again, dude, if you see somebody, like, I think everybody is putting too much anger into this Kanye West situation. You know what I'm saying? Where I think it doesn't need that much energy or anger to it. You know, I can hear him and I can hear him clearly. You know, a lot of people can't. A lot of people, I think I'm seeing more and more people saying, well, if he just conveys his message in a different way, then maybe I'll understand him. Yes, I will admit he's not the best speaker at conveying his message, but somehow I catch it. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that everybody will catch it. But also, everybody has to understand that us as people, us as even black people, doesn't mean that everyone has to think and alike or do the same. Or it doesn't mean that because he fucks with Trump that you have to fuck with Trump. He's not saying that you have to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I support Ye. I don't support Trump. But I'm also not a person that's overly angry or aggressive or mad at Trump, because I know for a fact that it was a lot of shit that I felt about Trump that I got that news from the media. I got that news from everybody else. Like I said, when you ride a wave, I rode a wave of, oh shit, this nigga just bad because everybody talking about this nigga, because it was something that I wasn't paying attention to myself. I wasn't doing the research myself. And I think a lot of people don't do the research themselves. They just ride a wave. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stands on this side, or you just see what motherfuckers want you to see or what they want to tell you. So it's like, just imagine this, okay? If I have an interview or even this podcast right here, this podcast segment that I'm doing right now where I'm speaking, this might come out to be 25, 30 minutes, maybe less, right? But out of this entire thing, people will just take the clip of me saying, I support Ye. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfucker will take that small ass excerpt, right? And then they will put it and broadcast it to 1 million channels without giving you the full context. So now it looks like, oh, this nigga just a crazy motherfucker. This nigga this, that, and the fourth. And it's just like, nah, fam, it's not like that and it's not that serious. But at the same time, you put too much energy into one person. You put too much power into people. You put too much power into celebrities, where celebrities don't need this much power. You want to know why, bro? Because they're human just like you. They're people just like you. They would go away if you didn't focus on them. You know what I'm saying? If you just turned off your phone, if you turned off your TV, then in your mind, these motherfuckers don't exist. Now, if everybody did that, motherfuckers wouldn't exist, then you wouldn't have to hear about a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But y'all put too much power into these people, and you got to understand that them as human beings and them as people, they live their lives in front of us, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're living their lives in front of us. They're living their mistakes. They're living their childbirths. They're living their mothers and fathers passing away. They're living if they got AIDS. You know what I'm saying? All of these shits is on display for us. It's like they're toys to us. You know what I'm saying? So you can't expect a nigga who's living his life in front of you, and he probably can't even go take a piss by himself or herself. She can't go to the store to just go grab a gallon of milk without being hounded down, or she got to have a motherfucker around her constantly. You can't expect these people to be, you know what I'm saying, all the way sane, bro. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because I know sometimes I don't like to be around people. Sometimes I like to be to myself. When do you think those people ever had time to be to themselves, bro? You know what I'm saying? You look at it like these people are doing shit for attention. They're going to get the attention regardless. You want to know why, bro? Because it's motherfuckers focused on them, bro. It don't mean that they doing shit for attention. They gonna get it regardless, my nigga. They can sneeze in a fucking Starbucks, my nigga, and motherfuckers will take a picture like, look at this nigga. Know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think a lot of shit goes into that. But when I heard what this man is saying, I don't hear malice in his heart. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear maliciousness. I don't hear a radical thought. I don't hear a radical spirit. A radical motherfucker would be, we need to go kill all these white people. A radical person would be, we need to destroy this. We need to burn all this shit down. And it's like, that shit that y'all want to hear, but you don't want to hear somebody who's saying that, look, fam, I feel like we ain't doing anything like a service if we are hating shit, if we are mad, if we don't lead with love. Like, bro, like last week, my little cousin got shot. You know what I'm saying? Him and his girlfriend got shot, bro. Last week, you know what I'm saying? Come to find out, shit, his girlfriend was my cousin too. But last week, these two were gunned down in my hometown, which is St. Louis, where people die constantly. You know what I'm saying? And you want to know why people dying and why people killing each other? Because it ain't no love here, bro. It ain't no love. It's kids who were raised without love. You know what I'm saying? Their parents probably were raised without love. Their parents were probably raised not in a two-parent household. And then, so this is when it goes back to what bro was saying about, you know, saying like Democrats and all that shit and welfare and all that, where it's just like, fam, I took politics and I just have common sense. Everything that he's saying is not a fucking lie, bro. Like, literally, nigga, this is why a chick will be like, I'm independent, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Because she know, bro, that, well, a lot of women do have that independence factor. You know what I'm saying? But majority of women, well, not even a majority, I feel like a small percentage of women have the independence factor because they know, nigga, that if you leave the house, if a man is not in the house, you know what I'm saying? And this is why we have mass incarceration. This is why they push drugs into the communities. Everything like that. This is why motherfuckers were easily manipulated. And this is why you have a bunch of emotional kids, especially men, running around here who are killing people who don't have love and trust for a man because they don't have that guidance, bro. Because a motherfucker told them. If you watch the movie, what's it called? I don't know if I think it was called like Charlene or something like that. It's an old time movie. Dude from Cooley High is in there. He plays the oldest son. They didn't want that woman to have a man in the house because she wouldn't have been able to get her money, bro. Know what I'm saying? She got more money because she had more kids. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing where it's like, I feel like us as people, we have to get out of the handouts, bro. We have to get out of being like victims, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know if Trump is the nigga that can fix it, but at the same time, I want me and my people, I want all of us to rise up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's rise up, dog. Let's focus on being better. Let's not focus on the pain and the hurt. Let's focus on the future. Let's move forward. Let's come together. Let's have love. Black people, we are very divided, bro. We're very divided. Like I said, I take it back to if you watched Marvel's Civil War. You know what I'm saying? Watch Civil War, right? Now imagine us as black people. We're the Avengers, right? But we got split down the middle due to these Sokovia Accords, due to these laws, these rights, due to these thoughts, all of this shit. We split down the middle, right? So now you got people who rebelling against it, and then you got people who are conforming. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not looking at it like we are, but we're still people. You know what I'm saying? We're split into groups. We're split into religions. We're split into classes. We're split into races. Blacks, we are split into light skin, dark skin. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we already have that problem that we have to fix. And then we got to fix a problem where it's like, but hey, I work with a white man and he might be racist because of shit that he's grown up ignorant to and he's not privy to. Know what I'm saying? So it's a bunch of shit that we have to fix, bro. Where it's like, I don't think we're doing anything a favor by being angry. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're doing anything a favor by hating. You know what I'm saying? When this world needs love, bro, we need love as people. Black people, we most definitely need it because especially us, we grow up without having a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is why we have like PTSDs and all that shit because, you know, we have mental health issues. This is why, like I was watching Taraji saying in an interview, she was talking about mental health and she was saying that she took a job as a teacher. And she was saying that in the classroom, it was a bunch of kids that looked like her. She's a black woman. It was a bunch of kids who are young black men and they were diagnosed with these issues, but they don't seem like they have a problem. But because, nigga, in their mind, they've been taught that, hey, I got a problem. So, you know, when they feel like they got a problem, that means they're not going to work as hard. And that's a big thing for us. We already come into this world, or we've been taught from being young that you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Or you can't do it as well as them. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not going to let you do it. And I say, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? I say, fuck it, bro. You hear me? And then it's like, what else? Like, what else you going to do? What else can they do to us, bro? They going to kill us? You know what I'm saying? For real, bro. I feel like we have the power if we can come together and we can stick together and piece all this shit together and be the glue. You know what I'm saying? Because, dog, united we stand, divided we fall. That's not a wrong concept. It's the realest shit. Because like I said, bro, Thanos came to defeat the Avengers. He took over Earth because the people who were here to defend Earth, bro, were divided. You know what I'm saying? They were split apart. You know what I'm saying? So you got niggas over here fighting him. And it's like, shit, man, y'all ain't even got all the power that y'all need to defeat me, bro. Yeah, he's powerful. But if y'all all came together and got over the bullshit that y'all was on, y'all can defeat me. And I think that's how we should look at the Trump situation. If you feel how you feel about Trump, if you hate him, you don't want to agree with none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye's not saying that you have to love him. He's just saying that he loves him. That don't mean that I have to support Trump. It's certain things about Trump that I don't like and certain things about Trump that I do like. But that's another conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that if I'm in America, yeah, man, I mean, I'll be the nigga is the president, bro. It don't mean, nigga, that I straight gotta be, like, be the nigga back there giving him his massage, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Straight up, bro. But I look at a nigga like Donald Trump as a person who himself grew up without love, because a lot of rich white men don't believe in that shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe in that. They believe in their money is going to make everything work for them. They believe in, like Brett Kavanaugh, that I can touch